Hey, I'll be there in a minute. Give me a minute. Oh, hold on. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Alright, there we go. Hey everyone, it's just me here. I don't mind, just... There you go. Today, I'm gonna be talking about cancel culture. You know, I'm gonna be talking about cancel culture. One, how to avoid it. I'm gonna be talking about, I'm just gonna be talking about, okay, here's one. I'm gonna be talking about, one, how to avoid getting canceled. Number two, I'm gonna be talking about certain individuals who have an interesting history with, say, cancel culture. And, who had their own unique relationship. People who deserve to get canceled and people who suffered from cancel culture and all that. I'm gonna be talking about those people. I'm not gonna be, when I mean, there are many different ways to get canceled. Here's the thing, I'm not gonna be talking about like cancel, like, you know, I'm getting canceled, everyone. This one tweet from Ballsack69 said I'm gay and my content sucks. I'm getting canceled. No, I'm getting canceled. Oh no, I can't say anything without getting canceled these days. Oh, Twitter's gonna be mad at me. I think those people are fucking cringe. Let me be clear. I think those people are fucking cringe. That being said, I'm not gonna be like, oh boo-hoo, I'm getting canceled when like one tweet calls you a faggot. I'm not gonna do that. None of that bullshit. I'm talking about when an internet mob eats you the fuck alive, or when you yourself are financially impacted by the mob. You know the type of mob I'm talking about with the pitchforks and the audience. Well, let's start on the first one. The first type of cancel culture. When something from your past comes back to haunt you, and people use that as ammo to try to ruin your career. Kevin Hart himself, he was fired from the Oscars over people bringing up offensive jokes about gay people in his past. And Jonah Hill was canceled, or not canceled, but he was attempted to get canceled over his ex leaking DMs about him claiming he was being a toxic boyfriend. These were out of context, like Discord leaks, so I didn't really take them either or. And people use these private out of context messages to try to ruin his career, to try to prove vendetta. So, what do you do when this happens to you? Unless it's something you are genuinely sorry for and that you genuinely made a mistake, don't apologize. Hell, don't even acknowledge it and people will move on. Yeah, it might be a shitstorm at first and it might come at you like a pile of shit just dumping out. As long as you just stand your ground, score a spine, and just take all that shit at you, you'll be fine. I mean, it's gonna be rough at first. As long as you stick it out and sort of move through the wave of toxicity, you'll be fine. Look at Jenna Marbles. She was a really liked content creator, pretty innocent, but she was canceled over making offensive jokes from like a couple years back when the internet was a different age. She should have just chose to ignore it, just say fuck off, I don't care, but she gave into it. That's when you let the mob win. That's something you never do. You don't give them power. Don't let them know that they have any effect on your life whatsoever. Don't let them know that. Because if you show them just a little bit of weakness, they're going to take that weakness, they're going to grind into it and tear you down even harder than you did before. By the way, if you're wondering why I'm wearing a coat, it's cold outside. Like I said, you see it's like cold out here. It's like, I'm going to be leaving in a minute. I just want to knock this video out. Okay. Number two. This is an easy one. This is a simple one. People trying to cancel you for shit you're doing right now. So whether it be something stupid or something like offensive, edgy jokes. Like, you can't make the excuse of, oh, it was a different time. I was ignorant of the, like, values of racism, blah, 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 blah. That won't work. So what do? That won't work. Just ignore it. That's it. Just stand your ground. Don't show weakness. You have the built-in armor around yourself to sort of protect yourself. To protect yourself against internet mob justice. I mean, look at Mr. Beast. He's been canceled over the stupid. People have been trying to cancel him over the stupidest shit, whether it be curing blind people or having like standards for finding a relationship. Now, Mr. Beast is doing something really interesting where he's doing this thing where not giving a fuck. Yeah, it's crazy, right? When you have some balls on you, suddenly it feels much better. You feel, oh wow, I'm personally fine and all that. Okay, let's go to number 3. Canceled by your own fans. Now this is a fucking tough one, I gotta admit. It's one thing for the internet to turn on you. You can fight back in that, but when your own fans, your loyal loved ones turn on you, that's a really hard one to get through. That's a really hard one to try to like, because these are the people who are supporting you. Like, it's one thing for like internet people from like different communities to jump on that shock and shit on you and try to get you canceled, yeah. But when your own community, the people that are responsible for your success, are turning on you, oh man, I don't know. It's very hard. I don't know if it's hard to come back from something like that. Well, let me when your fans eat at you, it's all about the audience you gather. Let's look at a bread tuber by the name of Lily Ellis. Lindsay Ellis was a popular bread tuber who talked about movies and media and shows and all that. She attracted an audience of, say, far left people who liked movies, who liked TV shows, and all that. One day, she made a tweet. About Raya and Avatar, where he says, also watch Raya and the Last Dragon. I think we need to come up with a name for that genre. That's basically Avatar, The Last Emperor. Reduces it, it's like half a YA fantasy published in the last few years anyway. This was the beginning of Lindsay Ellis's career because a lot of her community started calling her racist against Asian communities. And even though she tried to like scramble on and say, no, that's not what I mean, it didn't do much. When you are so scared of your audience, they will eat you alive over a simple tweet like that. You kind of basically get asked to get canceled. I mean, a lot of people have defended her, but it's when your own audience kind of like chomp at your bit. So yeah. This was the beginning of her career. This didn't like destroy it, but it would like it lit the match that would destroy her career and get her eaten alive by her audience and basically push her into retirement. I mean, she was planning on doing it, but whatever, yeah. And December 29th, 2021, Lindsay made a Patreon note. In it, she talked about the mobbing, how 2021 was the worst year. She goes into detail about what she's been feeling the last year and how it's truly affected her as a content creator. And Lindsay's now gone from the platform. She's just gone. She's not around anymore. Now the question is, would she still be here if it weren't for that one tweet making videos? I don't know. How do you avoid this? Can I be honest? I don't know. Unless it's something really stupid, I guess don't worry about it. The normal people in your audience is gonna like, oh, that's stupid. I'm not gonna jump on this train. And they'll be fine, you know what I mean? It's all about the audience you capture within you. Speaking of the audience you capture within you, I'm going to be talking about 3 more individuals that pertain to cancel culture. The first one is Illuminati. Now, I'm not going to go deep into her controversies because there are plenty of channels that do it, like Turkey Tom, for example. He goes deep into her controversy, so I recommend that channel. It really goes underneath, explaining all the shitty things she's done and whatever. I'm only going to be going over how she ruined her image. Blair was someone who was well known for exposing pyramid schemes like MML or corrupt like institutions like PETA. And that was the image she built up as a content creator. So it was no surprising that her audience turned on her when it was revealed that she has some skeletons in her closet as well. And a history of shitty behavior that she had, which contradicts what the image she pointed up herself as. She was someone who was seen as righteous and just built up that image that it was. She was someone who was seen as righteous, someone who exposed shitty scams, exposed like harmful practices that would harm real life people. So she was kind of like this justice. People saw her as like this troop for sort of justice, righteous figure. Which was very much easier to take her down. you can't take down a bastard. You can't take down a piece of shit like Jake Paul or Logan Paul. Because people already hate them. They're already pieces of shit. That's expected of them. But you have someone who built themselves up as a hero, and you show them that they're not the heroes they say they are. That's basically putting a target on your back. And the second you show yourself to be a shitty person, they are going to come for you. This is cancel culture done right. Holding a shitty person responsible for her horrible behaviors that she has done, taking her down, and ruin her reputation as a content creator forever. This is cancel culture in its most goodest form, when it's used on a piece of shit that deserves it. But that's the problem with weapons. You use it on one person, and people will take that weapon and use it on people who don't really deserve it. That's always been the major flaw with the cancel culture. Now, here's an interesting part. Let's look at someone who beat cancel culture. I mean, most cancellations don't matter, but I want to talk about this one particular. Let's look at someone who beat cancel. Someone who spent years documenting the fall of major YouTubers. So he knows what to do and what to do when he's under fire by the internet. Sunny V2. Sunny V2 is a video essay YouTuber who has been documenting the fall of major internet and celebrity figures for years. He's gotten some flags for his takes. I mean, he's gotten some shits for his takes on Dream or Kwebbelkop or whatever. But none as big as his infamous Chris Tyson video. I've never seen a creator put a target on his back, but when he made that video. I remember when everyone was shitting on Sunny's video. From shithead socialists to soft bread channels to even fucking known Whoopi Goldberg cosplayer D'Angelo Wallace came back from a 9-month series to shit on Sunny's video. So with the internet on his ass, and he's being targeted by a slew of large content creators, what does Sunny do? He just fucking uploaded like nothing was happening. He just ignored the drama. Didn't even make an apology that would only ruin his career. He just stood his ground, didn't apologize, and moved on, and it worked. He didn't engage with the drama. He didn't even acknowledge it happened. He didn't make a shitty apology. Toxic gossip train. He didn't do that. Because he knew. He's been he's been documenting many viral internet figures. So he knows exactly what to do when he's under fire. He can't just go oh, I'm so sorry I made that video. I wasn't thinking. I was a lapse in judgment. That would only add fuel to the fire. So what does he do? Just cuts it off, moves away from it. Doesn't even acknowledge it happens. It's a big shitstorm, and he was able to wait it out and act like nothing was happening, and it worked. He did a good job, and say what you will about the video. I think the video is dog shit, but I respect him for that. I do respect him for how he handled that situation. Now, let's go to an individual, a very unique individual, who actually benefited from cancel culture. Shane Gillis, he's a comedian who was fired for SNL for an offensive jokes about Asians and all that shit. Which, let's be honest, getting fired from SNL, thank you, is like getting kicked out of a dumpster. Shane didn't let getting fired from SNL get to him, and he even went on to be a much bigger star than he was before. And you know what I really like about what Shane Gillis did? He didn't become this freedom of speech cultural warrior, fighting for freedom of speech and fighting against cancel culture. He didn't do that. He just wanted to do comedy. That's what I really respect him. He didn't really let that consume him as a person. He just went on to be yeah, I just want to do comedy. I don't really care anymore. I just want to do comedy. He's yeah, I'll be yeah, cancel culture, whatever. I just want to do comedy. That's what I really respect about him. A lot of comedians like to bitch about cancel culture, which I don't think isn't really a bad thing. But when their entire fucking stand-up is about getting canceled, it gets repetitive. Move the fuck on. You're a comedian. Grow some balls. Stop worrying about Twitter. He even has his own sketch comedy show, and it's pretty good. You should check it out. Basically, something that you thought was bad at you for first ended up helping you in the long run. A situation you thought was gonna ruin your entire career ended up helping you in the long terms. Now you're doing podcasts, you're meeting with different like comedians and all that. You're doing great. Shane Gillis is fucking amazing. He's doing great. And it helped him a lot in the long run. Basically. Now, in conclusion, cancel culture is a weapon. It is an atom bomb that can be used for good, but also used for bad. The mob mentality is a dangerous weapon that can and cannot be used against those who deserve it. The problem is when we use that against individuals who deserve it, say for example Shane Dawson, we also use that on individuals who don't exactly deserve it. For example, Super Mega. That's the problem with a lot of cancel culture, sort of dogpiling and making decisions before really looking at the facts. So that's the whole point of what happened with a lot of like canceled content creators. And look at Jenna Marbles. Like a lot of people turned on her, ripped apart because of her like tweets for like her edgy like offensive comment, and she kind of let it consume her. Just don't let it consume you. Just fucking knock it off. Just like ignore it, block it out. You'll be fine. You will be fine. It's all good, brother. It's all good. Anyway, that's about it for that video. You like the video, like it, subscribe to it, leave a comment, support my channel, all that. I'm gonna be going over. Hold on. Daisy! Daisy! Give me a minute. Daisy! Hold on, I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Daisy! Hey, I'm back. Come on, Daisy. Come on. Oh. Hello, everyone. I would like to introduce you to someone. Hold on. Hold on. Daisy. Say hi, Daisy. She's a mix of Chihuahua and whatever the fuck. She's a grown dog. She's a beautiful dog. Pain in the ass to deal with, yeah. Yeah, I mean, she's, if you want to see more content with, like, little baby Daisy over here, like the video, comment, come on. I'm gonna be going right now. I gotta take her out for a walk. That's about it. See ya.